Gotta get connected.
Well, we've got Sean Walker, one of our Get Connected tech experts with us today. Thanks for coming on the show.
No problem.
Well, we want to talk about wireless router security and also making sure that we have the best possible signal without interference. So the first thing we want to cover, security. How can we make our routers more secure?
Right, so the first thing is to not leave it an open, unprotected network. That's number one.
Yes.
When you get it brand new out of the box, typically there's no password, there's no security, and anybody can connect to that and use your network. So that's the first thing to address.
Yes. So obviously we want to get the password protection on, and there's two types. There's WEP and WPA.
Correct. WEP, don't use it. WPA or WPA2, usually there's an auto mode, that's what you want.
Well, it's interesting because a lot of people I know still use WEP, and it's not good because there's actually software or tools you can download off the internet that will crack WEP passwords. So
Absolutely.
You can hack into anyone's network and steal their information and their internet access.
Absolutely. It's a static key. It doesn't change. So with any tool that can go through and take a look at what's passing through the air, you can grab that and you can throw that into yours and you're good to go.
Well, we've accessed our router here. We're using a D-Link, and you'd basically type in for D-Link routers 192.168.0.1. Don't worry about remembering that because you can just look in the instruction manual of any of the routers that you have, or look it up on the internet for that matter. But once you're in here, you can see we can do the settings here, and we've got it on auto right now.
Right, and what that's going to do is depending upon the device that's connecting, it's going to figure out can it do WPA or WPA2, and that's the ideal right there.
And so what about passwords? It has to be at least 8 characters long.
Correct. And you want to typically mix it up, and you don't want to use your family name or something that's easily guessable. Typically, they recommend a mix of letters and numbers and symbols. But again, you want to make it something that's relatively easy to remember, too. So you got to kind of balance the two, at least 8 characters, if not 10 or 12.
I'm getting a lot of people talking to me about interference now. Like, there's so many wireless devices, you know, our game controllers, our microwave, even cordless phones are all kind of using the same frequencies as your Wi-Fi router.
The thing that people don't know is if you have one device on channel 6, for example, you don't want to have the next one on channel 5 because the device that's sitting on channel 6 actually uses up channels 4 and 5 and 7 and 8. And you want to make sure that they're spread apart so you're not going to be crossing over, essentially.
And there's software that can actually tell you what channels your neighbor is on?
Absolutely. There's a bunch that you can get for Mac, for Windows. I even have one on my Android phone that will basically show me a spectrum graph that I can see, okay, this is where I don't want to be, and this part is nice and quiet. I'll go down there.
What would you call those? Wi-Fi sniffers?
Wi-Fi analyzers.
I want to thank you again for coming on the show.
No problem.
So we covered, obviously, the interference issue and also wireless security. You can always check out our website for more videos on how to get the best out of your wireless router.